Lila was a girl who loved stories more than anything in the world. "Who's there?" Lila called out, her heart thumping with a mix of fear and excitement. She crept out of bed and tiptoed toward the window. It floated gracefully, its pages shimmering as if dusted with a million tiny stars. The familiar floral wallpaper on her walls seemed to melt away like watercolors in the rain. The floor beneath her feet softened, and the ceiling stretched upwards, higher and higher, until it disappeared into a starlit sky. In the blink of an eye, she was no longer in her cozy bedroom. She stood at the entrance of a library so vast and magnificent it took her breath away. This was no ordinary library. Shelves made of polished moonlight, wood stretched up to the clouds, filled with countless floating books that drifted gently through the air like fireflies. Glowing lanterns hung from invisible threads, casting a warm, magical light on everything. Spiral staircases, crafted from what looked like solid ribbons of starlight, twisted and turned, leading to levels she couldn't even see. The air hummed with a quiet energy, a silent promise of endless stories waiting to be discovered. As Lila stared in awe, a figure appeared before her. Perched on a grand golden stand was a wise old owl with large round spectacles resting on his beak. He blinked his big, intelligent eyes at her and cleared his throat with a soft hoot. "You have found your way to the Midnight Library of Wonders. I am the librarian. Here, every book is a doorway, a portal to a new world. Each one you open will sweep you away on an unforgettable adventure." He leaned forward slightly, his gaze serious. "But be warned. Curiosity is the key that opens these doors, and clever puzzles guard every secret within. Are you ready?" She walked towards the nearest shelf, where a book with a shimmering sky-blue cover caught her eye. The moment her fingers touched the pages, a powerful gust of wind erupted from the book. Whoosh. She laughed with delight and began to jump from one cloud to another, feeling as light as a feather. Rainbows arched across the sky, and she found she could slide down them like giant, colorful slides. I am always ahead of you, the whisper sang, but you can never see me behind you. What am I? Lila stopped and thought, her brow furrowed. She looked ahead at the endless sky and then tried to look behind, but of course there was only the path she had just traveled. Ahead of you, but never behind. She murmured to herself, then her eyes lit up. The future, or time. The moment she spoke the word time, the clouds swirled together and shimmered brightly. A beautiful, ornate golden key materialized in the air before her. Excited for what was next, Lila opened the new book. The flowers that carpeted the forest floor weren't silent either. Whenever she gently touched a petal, they would erupt in a chorus of tiny, tinkling giggles. A playful fox with a bushy tail and mischievous eyes trotted up to her. If you wish to find the next path, you'll have to play a game with us. Collect 3 special glowing leaves hidden throughout the woods, and the secret path will reveal itself. And so Lila's next adventure began. She chased after glowing butterflies, raced squirrels up laughing trees, and played hide and seek with the giggling flowers. The entire forest was alive with laughter and joy. After much running, jumping, and laughing alongside the forest creatures, she finally gathered all 3 glowing leaves. As she held them together, they merged into one, which then pointed a beam of light toward a hidden hollow in an ancient oak tree. Inside, another magical book was waiting. This book had a crystalline, sugary cover that sparkled under the forest light. Opening it, Lila was whisked away to a world that was deliciously sweet and wonderfully sticky. She had arrived in the candy caverns. Rivers of rich, dark chocolate flowed gently past her. To move on, however, she had to face the guardian of the cavern door, a large, friendly-looking dragon made entirely of caramel. The dragon stretched its sticky wings and spoke in a warm, rumbling voice. To pass, you must solve my riddle. Lila thought. Hard. On the other side, her next book awaited. It had a metallic silver cover, cool to the touch, and covered in intricate engravings of cogs and gears. This was the Clockwork City. Towers made of interlocking gears scraped the sky. Intricate bridges folded and unfolded to let people cross. At the center of the city stood the great clock, its hands frozen just before midnight. Her task here was clear. She had to fix it. To leave this world, she had to rearrange the giant gears in the city's central tower in the correct sequence to make the great clock strike midnight once again. It was a puzzle of logic and patience. She watched the patterns, traced the connections, and carefully moved the heavy gears one by one. With some clever thinking and a few tries, she finally clicked the last gear into place. A magnificent worry sound filled the city as the great clock's hands began to move, striking 12 loud, clear chimes. As it did, a shimmering portal of light opened before her, revealing the final book of her journey. This last book was different. It had a soft, golden cover that felt warm and familiar. As Lila opened it, a gentle, golden light enveloped her, and she felt a comforting pull. She was back in her bedroom. The magical library, the talking owl, and all the wondrous worlds had vanished as if they were just a dream. The only proof that it had all been real was a small, glowing bookmark resting on her pillow, the same color as the final book she had opened. Lila picked it up and smiled. She wasn't sad that the adventure was over. She knew deep in her heart that this was just the beginning. Whenever curiosity called, whenever she felt the urge for a new story, she could open a book and find a new world of wonder waiting for her. And so Lila learned that the greatest adventures don't always require a magical library. They are born from a curious mind, a brave heart, and the willingness to turn the next page. Thank you for watching. If you loved Lila's adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to join us on our next journey.